Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at, yes, DigiKeys and Drambo. And I shall just refresh my stream to see who's here. And yeah, we'll crack on. So I can, just before we start, as usual, can you just let me know that you can hear me okay? That would be very cool. Hello. Hello. Is everybody up there? Are we here? Are we on? Are we live? Oh, brilliant. Okay, so brilliant. Okay, so DigiKeys for the most part here is going to be playing stuff from Drambo. Yes, I have succumbed to Drambo. I have to take back all my previous statements, like I'm not going to do this, it'd take me too long and all the rest of it. And not that I ever dissed Drambo, because I didn't, because I know it's really good. But it's even better than I thought, and it's a lot simpler to get my head around. Now, I must give a massive shout out to Ben Richards, and Ben Richards, his channel on YouTube. He has done absolutely tons of absolutely super cool, in-depth Drambo tutorials, as has Dave Leonelli. He's done some as well, but Ben Richards has done like a real stack. Honestly, without their videos, without Ben's videos for sure, this video would never have happened, because I've learned so much over the last couple of days. So first of all, I have a little session set up inside DigiKeys. So I think the best thing to do, I guess, would be to play the session for you to have a listen to, and then we can kind of break it down and stuff like that. Hi, Paul. So I'm going to put this into, let's see, I'm going to put this into song mode, and then I'm going to press play, and then we can bring in Drambo as the track progresses. Here we go. There you go. So what you can hear now, because DigiKeys has finished its sequence, at the end there was Drambo. So basically, let's go through the basics here. So we have the DigiKeys session here. And I have, I think it's, how many patterns did I see? Yeah, it's 6. I have 6 different patterns in total. And I have maybe 6 different instruments. I think I had 6 different instruments. So I think maybe instrument 6. Yeah, my volume's down. I just need to turn it up a little bit. So I have, yeah, I'll just get my MIDI keyboard, my little key step. So this is instrument 6. I think I've just recorded some information onto there, so I don't need that now. So this is instrument 6, and I think I'm on pattern 1. Yes, that's cool. If I go to pattern 6 now, there is some of this in there. Let's stick with track 1, and we'll go to pattern 1. And obviously track 1, we don't need that crash there. I don't know how that ended up in there, but that's, oh, it's because I had record switched on. But here is pattern 1. This isn't been routed to Drambo, okay? And then we have track 2. I can select it with my MIDI controller. Is virus bass, this KR bass. This is an internal instrument of DigiKeys. This has not been routed to Drambo either. There is only one instrument at the moment being routed to Drambo, and that is this. And you can't hear it, and it's a jazz organ, actually. Was it track 3? Track 3, shift and 3, yeah. You can hear it, because I haven't muted that. It's this. That is going to Drambo playing something else. And that's on MIDI track 3. On MIDI track 4, if I hold shift and press 4, which is instrument 4, you'll see it says air nylon. This is also going to Drambo, and it's playing, I've got it switched off in here, so. But you see I have MIDI out switched on, which sends the information to Drambo. Or anything else, of course. And it's actually playing, I need to just check. I think it's this one. If we go, it's routed to DigiKeys. And also, if I look down the bottom here, you'll see that my channel filter is only set for channel 4. So this is what you do. You set the channel in DigiKeys that you want to play. It's related to the tracks 1 to 16. And then you, in Drambo, you will set the instance of Drambo you want to be played by channel 4 or instance. And that particular sound is this. We can play with, actually, I think maybe I can probably route this to the key step. So this sound, this Drambo sound, which is being played by MIDI track 4 on DigiKeys, is quite nice, because I set this up to, I started with a preset, then added some more stuff. I added an LFO, cone filter, some delay, a decimator, and I've only got it 1 note as well. So if you want to make something polyphonic in Drambo, most of you already know this basic stuff. You just hit voices here, and you can play it 3 notes. Poly's better for some stuff. But then I also set up some parameter locking between A and B. So it goes like this. And that comes in around pattern 3 on here. You'll see air nylon has now got some note data applied to it. But we're not going to hear the internal instrument unless I switch it back on in the effects output there. You'll see it switched off, but MIDI out is switched on. It's important to have MIDI out on if you want to send info. But again, I'll set up another thing and you'll be able to see. Anyway, so this pattern 3, I'm not in song mode now, am I? No. So if I play pattern 3, I'll take Drambo down. DigiKeys is now playing this, and of course I can change the patterns up, so when I change this it'll change in Drambo as well. So pattern 4, so if we take DigiKeys out, and that patch there, this. Now you can trigger the patches in Drambo sequences as well if you want to. I just thought it might be fun to do it with DigiKeys, because I'm still learning Drambo. I haven't even scratched the surface. So for me to start getting too involved too early on will be a disaster of epic proportions. However, this sound here, I happen to know is this jazz organ preset, and I have it set on half speed, so it's kind of slowed down. If I set this at normal, it's not so good and it gets messed up with the sound in Drambo. So, and I do have this routed through as well, because I wanted that organ sound to be blended in with the Drambo sound. Hear the organ sound. Let's see if we can so there's the organ sound. It's quite quiet, and I have the velocity set fairly low as well. But this has been played as well, but also by, sorry, this one. See, it's routed here to DigiKeys as well. And if we would take a look at the destinations down the bottom, you'll see the channel filter. Everything is switched off bar number 3, so they're talking to each other correctly. Okay, so these two here are actual patterns that are just playing in Drambo via AUM. This is a thing that I make, called shifting percussions, and I put a lot of parameter locks in as the sound was changing. I think I did with this one, or was it the other one? But it's really easy to program stuff in. There's the sound, but if we go to keys, we can, and I've got an LFO. Doing all sorts of cool stuff. So when that plays, but that's just playing on its own. It's not been played by anything else. I mean, we could make some, if we wanted to double that up kind of thing, we just touch the little looper icon here, and where it says beats in pattern, we'll just change that to 8, and it'll just double it up. But then we can start to make so let's record some of that in. And that's now recorded in. Let's record some parameter locking kind of thing over there. Let's see what makes a difference here. There. On record. So now you can see that there's a little record icon beside that note. But what's nice about Drambo is you can do parameter locking per step. So if you were to, sorry, I've got to stop the transport on AUM. If I add that note there, select the note and then enter it there, and then record. I think this is how you, oh wait a sec, edits, control parameter lock here. I think I can change the frequency there. Maybe. I'm not sure if that's how this works. I can definitely do it with record. No, it isn't. So I'll do this. Sorry, I'll put that note back in. I don't need to worry about edit. And which is that note. I'll make an adjustment. Make that really high. And then there's definitely a way to put parameter automation in without running it. I'm just not sure how to do that at the moment. But I can definitely do it while it's actually playing. So if I hit record, I've added some parameter lock into that, but you know. Anyway, that's that little tiny thing blibbing away there. Stop record. And then this one was a very similar kind of thing that I did with adding a preset and adding some notes in and having a mess around with the parameter locking as the sequence was playing. And then changing A to B, which is very cool. So together they sound really nice, but we'll add another one so you can get an idea. So let's see if we can do one from, let's just save this, because this is something I'm messing around with. Save session, yes. And I'll clear this. Oh, let's do a new one, a real basic one from scratch. So let's add a DigiKeys for start off, and then we'll add 2 Drambos. So it's not getting way too confusing. And then I think we'll get an idea of how this goes. So first of all, we'll go for the audio unit extension. And obviously DigiKeys here. And we'll open it up, and I'm guessing this is going to be a new session anyway. Yes, we will leave it over. We shall set it onto host sync for a start, so it's tracking along with AUM like this, and it's going to default to the class. Let's change the drum kit for a start and have a nice distorted kit, I think. And let's put some kick drum in here. Nice. And then some closed hats. Okay, cool beans. So let's go to track 2, which will be the virus bass, and I'll do this on my MIDI controllers, it's easier. I'll just set it up to play channel 2, and why isn't that right? Key set. Awesome, we'll just do that. If I'm in the right range, we'll soon see if I start to record. That's fine. Okay, so without going too mad, you know that we could then build up to 16 more instruments in DigiKeys. First of all, I'm just going to save this, and I'm going to save this as Drambo test. Let's turn the velocity down on that bass a bit. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll set up 2 Drambos. We'll have one Drambo to play the bass, and then we'll have another Drambo playing on it completely on its own, but of course it's all going to be synced into thingy. And then if we have time, we might even add another Drambo as well. So let's open Drambo. Here. When we first open Drambo, I'm going to tell you what I will do. Oh, no, I don't need to bother with my keyboard. When it first open Drambo, we'll be presented with this kind of thing. Here are, if I open this, these here are sessions. I don't want a session for this, but I can use a session like that thing we just used with Strange Dream, which was what part of that pattern was. It was an entire session in Drambo. If I open that up and play it, here, I'll just take out this and play this. That was part of the session that I've just had. To get rid of an instrument, we can just hold it, and then I think we just, I can't remember how we do it now. It's all very confusing. There's a way to do this, isn't it? You just hold, and you're supposed to be able to just drag it down to get rid of it. Is it this? No, not like that. I'm just gonna, right, what have I done here? I may well have, you see, you've got to be careful because it's modular. You've got to be careful what you're doing. Right, hang on. Oh yeah, MIDI to CV2 voices. Right, fine, instrument 1. Okay. This is your master mixer because it's give you 8 channels to play with. Anyway, it's neither in or there. We want some sort of bass sound to get played with that. So open this like this. Easiest way to do this, super easy way to set Drambo, but it does come with a lot of its own synth presets with that. But there's also tons of cool stuff on there, patch storage as well. So instrument rack, but don't hit instrument rack, hit presets like this. These are things that I've installed and downloaded so far. I've been messing around with. Go to factory, and then go to instruments, and these are all different instruments that you can use inside. So what's this? Miami bass. So we'll just tap that like this, and so if we go to keys. Okay, so without going too far into this, we have, let me just expand this because there might be more in it. We've got a filter. ADSR. And then you have a master. Okay, so that'll do. That's fine. We can close that up again. It'll still give us options to thing. Like I said, if you're interested, seriously watch Ben Richards' videos on Drambo. They're just spectacularly good and really easy to understand as well. So we have this bass instrument, which is one of the presets. We know that our bass is on channel 2. It's on track 2. And these are tracks, MIDI tracks as well. They correspond to the same thing. So what we need to do is isolate track 2 for Drambo channel 2. Because when it first opens, all of them are selected, just select none and then just hit 2, and that will just reselect. So remember that all of them are selected when you initially open it. Turn it up. I mean, you can you can switch them all off manually, but it seems a bit silly when you can just turn it off and then just hit 2. That's just thing. So now what's happened, we need to connect Drambo to DigiKeys. Don't worry about connecting DigiKeys to Drambo. So now what's going to happen is that bass is going to be played by Drambo. And I'm asking myself, why is that not the case? Why is that not the case? Oh, way. See what I mean about me and my life? There's something I'm doing fundamentally wrong here. I'm not sure what it is. Yes, God, again, brilliant. Yes, Paul's, yes. This is the thing, you see, there's so much stuff to remember. We have to set this instrument up. Sorry, we have to be on the instrument that we want. So like track 2, which is the bass. And then we have to go to effects out, because what's happening at the moment is it's playing the local synth, but we want it to play the MIDI out synth. We can turn local off now, so it's just playing. Oh, we could leave it in actually, see what the mix is like. Let's go with transpose it down. Okay. So we've got this. Sounds quite nice together. So Drambo's playing that bass line now that's inside what's it? So now we can start to play with the synth in Drambo. Now, you think it might sound a bit dry, and we can also add another synth, or let's do this. Let's add let's add another synth to that, shall we? Let's add maybe another bass sound. So instruments. Let's add an FM bass. Now, notice here now that you now can only hear this FM bass, and you've stopped being able to hear this Miami bass. So what we need to do is go to a little plus here and just add a mixer, and then they'll both disappear. And then we can use this routed, so we put the little plus on the mixer, route this first one to the mixer, and there's our sound back, and then route the second one to the mixer, and then we've got both of them. So if you're ever wondering why you're not hearing stuff, put a mixer in and just connect them together. So we've got cool beans. Say it's a little bit dry, so let's add some effects. Go to processor, and we've got loads of different effects we can choose from here. We've got different if you go to presets here and you choose factory and you choose dynamics, be extremely careful if you choose hammer presser, because it will blow your head off unless you stop it and turn the volumes down. Just a quick tip there. Anyway, there's some effects as auto while, but we can go back and we can go, oh well, all right then, let's have a look at like a chorus. A chorus might be nice on this. Okay, that's chorus the bass up a bit, that's nice. Let's add something else. I don't know, let's add a delay. Let's add a delay preset. Nothing in there yet, so let's just add a delay. That's not going to work for me. Now, if you wanted to, you could just have the delay affect just one of the synths. if we hit this little icon here, back on. Actually, it's nice. So now this one is being controlled by DigiKeys. So let's add another one now and get it to do something on its own. So we could actually set up a synth and program it in with the actual keys if we wanted to. So we could quickly do that. Again, we'll go to this little plus button. Add a preset instrument, add a factory instrument. We'll go to instruments. We'll add this DIY keys A. I don't know what that'll sound like. That's quite nice. We'll go to keys. I'm going to set my voices to 3-note poly. And I'm going to set the, let's turn this up so I can hear it a little bit. It's going to be some sort of beat. I'm going to set my pattern length, my first pattern length to, and because it's a groove box, each pattern changes as it goes, sort of thing. I'm going to change the length of that pattern to 8. I'm going to switch on, it'll quantize anyway, but you know, we'll sync it with the host, which it already is. I don't need the metronome switched on, but I think I can. I'm going to play this with the MIDI keyboard, so put that to the key step. So now I'm playing Drambo with the MIDI controller. And I know I've got 2 bars I can mess around with here. So all I basically need to do really is hit record and we'll just watch it track round. And that's done. Of course, it's quantized it for me. Now watch. Recorded the movement. So I think what we could do is copy the entire pattern in DigiKeys And of course, that Drambo will not have stopped because that has nothing to do with DigiKeys. That's just playing along by itself. But because it's a groove box, you can program it to do whatever you want, you know. So let's stop that a little. Let's turn it down in the mix and listen. So now we're on pattern 2. Let's add another instrument. And let us also do this with the MIDI keyboard so I can basically get a sound. Actually, we know it's C major, that's fine. I'm just going to randomize some stuff in here now. Low pattern complexity. I'm going to use select node chords and take a few of these out, a bit busy. What we're going to do is we're going to get Drambo to play that one as well. Okay, so we can set up audio. Sorry, what am I doing here? And we happen to know that this is track 3, which is the M3 bell pad. So we're going to isolate this Drambo here to be controlled by track 3 of DigiKeys, which all we need to do is to do this again, go to the bottom here, choose none, select 3, make sure this is routed to DigiKeys. We're not going to hear anything yet because there's no instrument in it. It's a brand new instance. Go to DigiKeys and this time go to FX out as well and make sure that we have MIDI out selected. If we turn local synth off now, the bell sequence will stop. And then we can just go and have a quick listen to some of the stuff in Drambo we can do with that now. So we'll set the volume about there, open Drambo, hit the little plus for a new instrument or effect or whatever. You can start with a dead basic preset if you want. You have samplers in here. Let's go to presets again now. Let's go to, these are some stuff from patch storage, which are really good. And we've got instruments. What's this? We'll try this Magic C2. Oh, hey, no need to change that now. So now that is playing the sequence here. I'm going to send some, actually I'm not, I'm going to leave that switched off. We could drop the octave, I suppose. I mean, this is quite the instrument, isn't it? If we hit this little here, we'll expand it and see exactly what's in it. The shape is nice, it gives a nice warm feeling. Got an LFO. For some nice wobbly. this is, I don't know what you were talking about. This Drambo can be 8-note polyphonic. Now, what's also cool about Drambo? Oh, thank you, Paul. What's also cool about Drambo is because it's AUV3, it's also an AUV effect, and you will have hours and hours of fun playing with Drambo in the effects slot. So let's affect this one here. So audio unit extension, we'll go Drambo. We'll use just Drambo basic effects. And again, we get a blank patch. So we can just stop either adding effects from the preset list, but I would seriously suggest you do it like this, just for fun. Go to processor, add a modal resonator. Add maybe a filter. Add a reverb. Let's add something else, shall we? Let's add a then let's add an LFO. Let's add a modulator. Let's add just an ordinary LFO. And let's have the LFO modulate the, hang on. Let's have the LFO modulate the frequency shifter. So double tap on it. Actually, what we need to do, I need to move my LFO to the beginning here, because Drambo routes from left to right. That's important. Anything before you want to place your whatever you're affecting, you want to place after the effect. So now I'm going to tap. I don't know if you can see, guys. There's a little tiny, by everything you can modulate and stuff. You can tap these here. These look like sine waves, and you can route them anywhere you like. Drambo will auto route for you pretty much anything. But if you notice here, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little triangle, a little arrow pointing towards the amount, the range, the LFO cutoff, the filter cutoff. This means that it can be modulated by anything. So you can have unlimited LFOs or whatever, but let's just tap that. And set that to the, see it's flashing, we'll set that to the LFO. And now, I'm going to give it some volume so you can hear it as well. And so, oops. Is it this one? Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mixer so we can get some volume back. So we've got our modal resonator, our reverb, our filter. Let's add a mixer, and all the sounds will stop like before. So we can add our modal resonator, filter, reverb, and our frequency. We don't need to add the LFO to there, but let's add the resonator. Let's add the filter. Let's add the reverb, and let's add the frequency shifter. And now we can control the volumes and control of the effects. Change this. We change the resonator. The resonator is absolutely brilliant. And again, you can just change the positioning. Automatic, it just does it. So there you go, guys. There is a quick look, and let's see if I can remember now. I've just made this effect, so I may want to call it the reso reverb or something. To save anything inside Drambo, you can what you do is you long hold at the beginning of the chain like this, and then go select all, and then strangely enough you cut it, enter this, then you go to well, it's a processor, isn't it? We'll go to processor rack, plus button, paste, and that's pasted our effect back in, which now means that we can actually compact it like this and make it look loads better, like a proper instrument. And then just tap on this here where it says processor, and we'll call it now. We'll go to presets. We'll go to so I'll just save it there. Go save, and it's called processor. And what did I say? I'd call it reverb. Reverb. Boink, done. And it's done. I can use that effect anywhere I want now. So I built my own effect like this, really quite quickly. Just, I don't know if I'd have actually done that if I was doing it on my own, but yeah, that effect is there. So if I now go, oh right, okay, I don't want that then. I think you get rid of it, it's gone. And maybe I'll put it on. Oh, maybe one of my reso reverb on here. So I could open this now. Audio unit extensions. Drambo effects. Excuse me. I've got my arm is blinking mega painful, and I had to go and have a blinking blood test again today. Right, anyway, so with stick of a pin stuck in me, man. Right, so here we go. Go this, we know it's gonna be blank. Oh, by the way, totally remember state saving as well. Anything you do in AUM totally recalls the whole thing. You don't have to keep doing this sort of thing. So let's go to our processor and our presets, and there it is, reso reverb, and there's our instrument, the one we've just made. So let's take that out then. And let's put that reso reverb effect back in there, sort of thing. And let's make adjustments, obviously, to suit the sound. I don't think I'd have the reso reverb in there. But however, if I were to use that again or make alterations to it, etc., etc., it's there now, saved forever in Drambo. Done. And of course, you can save it to the cloud as well. iClouds, you're never going to, even if you delete Drambo or whatever, you're still going to have your presets if they're, as long as you've saved them elsewhere, sort of thing. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. So I find it working with DigiKeys really easy to do it, to set up stuff as well. and have DigiKeys kind of running the show, if you like, and then you can have Drambo running. And also, you notice it's like 34. I don't know what it was maximum. I do like that one though. So I'm going to save this session as I'll just call it Drambo 2 for now. Done. And we can clear that out, and then just to show back the files, we'll go to DigiKeys and Drambo and show you that the state saving works for everything. You don't need to make any adjustments or out like that. We can run this session again, sort of thing. So I was starting with everything on Drambo kind of down. DigiKeys, I wanted to make sure it's on number 1, but I'm going to engage song mode just like this and just set it off. I don't know why it's done. It keeps I don't, why is it adding something there? I'm not there. Where the hell's that coming from? I know. %. Awesome stuff, eh? So if you're interested in seeing me make some more Drambo videos and stuff, I'm sure I will. Some more specific kind of, because it's nice. What I like to do is learn a bit and then share what I've learned with yous. And honestly, because I was quite, well, I wouldn't say dismissive. It was more fear, like anything else. If I start to try and dig into this, I'm not going to get anything done. However, it's quite quick. It's really quite quick how you can set something up extremely fast. I mean, really fast. You can get a synth going with the stuff on your saw just really quick. It has a load of basic oscillators. The sample is great. You can import your own samples, or it comes with a ton of cool samples to start with. Building a drum kit is really easy as well. putting effects on even individual drums because of the left to right routing. It automatically routes is dead easy. It's really very good. So I think he's Beep Street Jarek, he's really thought about this, and probably why it was so long in development, and he had a lot of good beta testers on it with him, making suggestions, doing stuff. So I suppose it was well worth the wait. I was on the beta for this for ages, but because I don't beta test, I only mess with it every now and then a little bit. But I kind of wish now I'd have messed with it more. But then again, you see, the thing is, Ben Richards tutorials, you seriously got to check out his YouTube channel. It's just epic stuff. Give me my look at my library. All of this was stuff for my music. Evolver. So look, I've been really digging into Ben's stuff. Ben Richards.
Hit return.
His YouTube channel, guys. I seriously suggest you go and subscribe. I am subscribed. Look at this. Here's a weird fault, right? It says subscribe there, right? But I'm already subscribed to Ben's channel. You see? Isn't that weird? It was like that with a couple of channels as well. It's pretty strange. Ben Richards' YouTube channel. He has an absolute slew of brilliant tutorials on Drambo. Look at all these, and you can learn so much. I started with if I can find it now, it'll be one of the early ones. Not the walkthrough. I watched the walkthrough, learned loads and loads, watched the quick start, and then just started watching them. It's got loads of different samplers, stuff like that. But his channel is so good for Drambo. It's just epic stuff and well worth a watch. And he's really good at explaining stuff as well. So that's really great. Anyway, guys, brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul, and also Original DJ B for John for super chatting me, and bless you. It's much appreciated these days, Anyway, brilliant, top job, cool beans. I'm sure I'll be back with something tomorrow. But yesterday I spent learning a bit about Drambo, and I think it was worth it. I think for me, to spend the extra bit of time that I normally wouldn't have spent, I feel was worthwhile from my point of view of with the app. I enjoyed it immensely. It was good fun. And it was an enjoyable experience, and it's a weird thing is once you get your head around its architecture, it's kind really intuitive. But without proper tutorials like these, I'd have been scratching my head for ages and ages. I'd have been like, well, I don't, what, how, why, and does that and where. And watch Dave Leonelli's as well, because Dave's a really short and quick and to the point. Shows you how to build a synth, shows you how to do the save. Saving as you sing can be quite weird, but because there's so many different places to save stuff to, it makes sense in a way, because otherwise you'd just end up with stuff everywhere. You wouldn't know what it was. I can't even see my rack, Spider. I swear, I would love to be able to do my rack, but honestly, I have had a look, and I just can't. And it's cables. You see, the good thing about Drambo is it's modular, but there's no cables. It automatically routes everything from left to right, unless you hit the little looks like a sine wave icon, and then you can change the routing to whatever you want. But from left to right, left to right, left to right. Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. Drambo's not for everybody, of course. It's Drambo's a modular synthesizer, and I think that most people that program modulars not so much interested in producing loads and loads of music, but more interested in producing really, really interesting sounds and instruments for other people to play, stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, but I will do some more Drambo tutorials because I can understand how it works now. Anyway, guys, listen, bless you. I'm going to let you say ta-ra to each other for a few minutes. Guess what we're having for tea? Yes, yes. Well, I don't think Joe's been on. Has she been on? If she's been on, we're having roast dinner. Roast dinner. Do you know what Joe said? We'll have roast dinner tomorrow, and all day today I've thought it's so. Even when I come back from the doctors, because it's all like zombie land out there. You know what I mean? Even when I come back from the doctors, I still thought it was Sunday all day. And then she said, it's not Sunday. I went, oh, no, you're right, innit? It's Wednesday. It's not, is it? It's bloody Tuesday. I have no idea of the days, and this, I ain't kidding. Seriously. My rotator cuff injury's killing me. I'm okay if I'm like this, I'm fine. No real movement. But you know when you forget and you swing your arm out, oh, God, makes you feel sick. Anyway, yes, roast dinner, roast chicken dinner. Lovely, lovely. Brilliant. I love roast. I haven't had roast for a few weeks now. God, actually, probably more. Probably about a month. Joe started building something else. Oh, guys. See, oh, okay. No, he likes chicken. But yeah, no, I don't like. I'm not keen on beef. No. I like chicken. I'm really fussy, to be honest with you. Joe's building this new thing, and it's awesome. It's just brilliant. With the clay stuff. Anyway. Sorry to hear that. Oh, about my arm. Yeah. And happy birthday, Russ's mum. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let you say ta-ra to each other. I've got a long enough look, I've babbled. And I will see you guys later. If you haven't already struck a like, please strike it now before you go. That would be very kind of you. Thank you very much. And yes, we shall return with more videos. And I will do more. As soon as I've got something that I can explain properly and kind of get the understanding across to you guys as well. That'll be it. So I would think sooner rather than later, though. Ta-ta! Guys, I've just unplugged my audio interface so you can still hear me. I just want to say, right, that we've got a really great music night for you this Thursday as well. Yes, music night returns this Thursday. From the music of Peter Caputo. Pete Caputo is a Patreon friend of mine, lives in New Jersey. Pete is, well, I'm not even going to go down the road of how great his songs are. I love his music. And he said, well, I got some music. We're doing a music night. Yes! Music night Thursday with Pete Caputo and tracks from him. Just awesome stuff. Yeah, great songwriting songs they are. So yeah, it's very good. Anyway, when's the next quiz night? Good question, Stephen. You'll need to speak to Joe about that. That's because Joe arranges all the quiz nights and stuff. But I'm sure if we're nice to her, she'll do one soon. That would be cool beans. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm gonna excuse me. I'm going to go now and go and chill my beans and wait for my beautiful roast dinner. See you guys later. Ta-ta.